Hello everybody, bienvenido a todo. We are here back in Train Sim World 3. I am Val Brut and we are on Boston Sprinter, or otherwise known as Boston Providence or Providence Boston or whatever. I can't remember what it was called officially or how it's colloquially known now. The route is from Providence to Boston. I think we're starting at Providence. Yeah, we're starting at Providence. It's nearly 6 o'clock in the evening. And we are obviously driving the Amtrak Acela Express service. So we should only have one stop, I believe. Let me click my mouse like crazy to be like, make sure that it doesn't think it's still in control. Right, there we go. And unlock the doors. And we shall put the ditch light on. We shall. Yeah, that's all good. I always think there's something else over here, but I think it is just the ditch light, isn't it? Yeah, right. I shall turn on the aircon. I don't need the fan. I don't need the wiper. It's end of March in the train, in Train Sim World, not in real life. Well, I'm turning the safety systems on. And it's about 6 o'clock, so hopefully we should get some nice light. Oh, look, that just arrived. Oh, look, and there's an Acela about to leave. Oh gosh, look, busy, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen Providence busy. Nice. Right, I'm gonna put on the cruise control, and I'm gonna reduce the brake to nothing, minimum. And oh, we've got plenty of time to set up. Oh, cool. What else do I need to do? Is there anything else I need to do? Are they plug sockets? Oh, that's cool. To charge your phone, I imagine. Probably not. Trying to think, is there anything else I need to do? Is there anything else I need to do? I'll turn that light on, just in case. You never know. Tilting enabled. Right. Trying to think what I'm going to do. I'll close the doors with 30 seconds to spare, and yeah, I guess I'll try and leave on time, but I might leave a few seconds early. Right, doors closed. How are we looking for passengers? Oh, no one's in first class. Oh, there's one person. Oh, two people. Business. I'm sorry, you had plenty of time. You chose not to. Not my problem. You can go the other way. Go to Washington. Oh, right. Release. And let's go. Oh, well, I can just put it up to 100%. Makes no difference. And we can go. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous, eh? Ugh, bloody signals get in the way. Ooh, that's nice. Get a nice curvature of the train. Oh, you can see the whole thing. Ooh, cool. Right, now let's look ahead. You should always have your eye in front of the train, not behind. And that's something I will never do. Hence why I'll never be a train driver. I'll be like, can I put my phone out the window and get a picture of looking back? Right, so we're going up to 60 and then 70, and I think I'll be back down to 60 and blah blah blah, because we go around some curves and twisty curves. If you don't know, this Boston Sprinter is an old route now, nearly a year and a half old, but it got a spruce up recently, so there was a big American content drop, which was updated Boston Sprinter, so it now has the new clouds and sky from Train Sim World 3, just like volumetric clouds, etc. And it has the lighting as well, which is a bit more. I think it's a bit nicer. Generally, it doesn't. On this route, there's still some problems with the tunnel lighting, but there always was, so I don't think it's any worse. And they update the signaling system as well, so that's why I've turned on the ATC and the A access. We'll probably be late because the signaling works but with the signalling on, you go significantly slower than with it off. So you end up probably usually about a minute or 2 minutes late when you get to the other end. They'd have to rework the timetable, and then you'd probably end up early without the safety system. It's like either way, it's not going to be perfect for everyone. But oh, we can go up to 70. Yeah, we can go up to 70 because it's like not that fast. So it doesn't really matter that we'll come back down to 60. So yeah, that's what Boston was, and then obviously they did New York Trenton. But for Boston specifically, the Acela is released. You don't have to have Boston Sprinter to have the Acela. You can just have it on its own, or you can just use it with New York Trenton. But if you want the scenarios that come with the Loco, then you'll have to have Boston Sprinter because they're all on this line. And then you get about, I think it's 20 services in the timetable mode, which is less than New York Trenton, but this is a busier timetable generally. I guess like that, and it's probably realistic because whereas the Acela on New York Trenton runs through New York and terminates in New York and then goes back, here it's the end of the line. This is as far north as the Acela goes. So all services that go to Boston come back from Boston. So yeah, it won't have as many. And you can get up to 150 miles an hour on this route. Not for long. I think it's just for this stretch here. It like goes from 110 from this corner, and then it's 150 until around about this corner, I think, and then it drops down to 125. So you can take these curves, and then you go through Canton Junction, and then it's up to 125 again, and then you stop at what's his name? Route 128. Ooh. Sorry. Yeah. My fault. What happens when you don't pay attention? You get penalty break. So the signalling system on this route does work. It doesn't seem to have any bugs, unlike the one on New York Trenton. Still has some oddities where you get a random access bleepy telling you you're overspeeding for no obvious reason. Yeah, this one doesn't have that. But yeah, like I say, like it strictly regulates your speed, and if we come up on a train in front of us, the thing about this route as well is that whereas New York Trenton generally has a separation between the fast and the slow lines, only part of this route has that. So a large parts of this route are just one track in each direction. So easily what can happen is you're stuck behind a train in front of you, and if there's no tracks for it to pull off of, and even if there are, sometimes, I think most of the time, the train will still go in front of you. So you can see some Acela services that take over an hour, and that's probably because they get stuck behind an MBTA train, and they never get dispatched ahead. I don't know how true to life that is. You'd assume that like if a train was pulling off the main line and then there was time for the express to run past it, that would always happen. But it does happen in this game, and there's at least one service where I've done it. It just happens to be quite a boring service other than that bit. But that's on the southbound run. On the northbound run, I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see. We might get routed past a train. I have no idea. Ooh, we got 125 coming up. Okay, gotta get the back of the train over that speed change, and then we'll get the go ahead. But I suspect there's no point because so I'm gonna go to 90. Because I have this feeling that we get. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah. I'm going to go to 110. There we go. Gosh, we got here quicker. You get this train is so much faster than the other ones on this line. I'm only going to go up to 110 because I know that corner is a 110 rated corner, I think. Although maybe for the Acela it's faster. I can't remember. Because it's a tilting train, so it can take corners faster than non-tilting trains. Yeah, we'll see. Those traction motor fans. Lovely. So this is in March, so it's like the routes all green. It does look like more New Englandy and nice in October, November type time, but at 6 o'clock in those times, it would be black. It would be like pitch black. There's people. There we go. Right, yeah, we do get the 110 reduction for that corner. But I want to see the tilt as we go around the corner. Yeah, Access, look at you, thinking you're bringing me down. You're bringing me down for nothing. Thing is, like on a short section like this, the difference between 110 and 125 miles an hour is nothing. It's not going to make it make a few seconds difference, if that. Like the real benefit to higher speeds like this, like 150 over 110, is that over a 3-hour period, it takes you a significant distance longer in the same period, a significant distance more in the same period of time. So like if you actually look at the timings, it's only like a couple of minutes between the Acela and the ACS64. I think it definitely is the ACS64. And I think the other one is something like the ALP46, I think. I was reading it, I was looking at it today. But yeah, over the course of, like, say, from New York to Boston, the Acela is going to be faster, make a significant difference, because it's a much longer period of it running at higher speeds. Also, it accelerates much faster than any of the loco hauled services. That's the thing about loco hauled services; they are really slow to get up and go. I don't know if it was Great Western or Hitachi that a few years ago released a video of the difference between a HST leaving a station and the Hitachi Class 800s. And now, well, bear in mind the Class 800s have their issues. I'm not saying they're better than HSTs, but bearing in mind HST has 2 power cars, so it's not even just like a loco hauled service. It's like 2 locos, and the difference was substantial. Like the HST crawled out of the station, and the Class 800 zooms away. But yeah, like I said, obviously that doesn't mean Class 800s are much better than HSTs or anything else. They're just more modern. But multiple units generally have that advantage. They can get up to speed faster. Oh, we're at 150. Look at me, completely ignoring that. Oof. Come on. That's where you'll see a lot of high-speed trains, or a lot of trains generally these days are multiple units rather than loco hauled. But I mean, there's like France didn't want multiple units for its. Oh well, no, I think the TGVs are technically multiple units, but they have locos at either end. But they also have powered bogies underneath a couple of the carriages, so they are multiple units, but they have locos. that's France, and I don't think any of Germany's new high-speed trains are, not since the Velaro. The IC3 came on. Well, yeah. Since then, all of its intercity, official intercity expresses, but the new intercity program, which I think is now kind of branding itself as a mini, like a sort of almost intercity express, the ones that are Talgos with a Bombardier loco, they're loco hauled, and I don't think they have any powered bogies throughout the set, because Talgos can't, because of the way they're built. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I think it was called like the Intercity Program. What was it called? It was like. Was it called? It kind of been called the Intercity Express Program, because it's. I mean, the ICE is the ICE. These are kind of like they're replacements of the BR101 and those carriages, those sort of old-fashioned carriages. And they showed a demo of one a few months ago. It looked quite nice. Anyway, what was I going? Oh, I was talking about locos being slower. Yeah, yeah. Like in general, yeah, multiple units are, but locos still have their benefits because they are generally more comfortable in the sense that there's less noise. If every carriage has a traction motor underneath it somewhere, it's going to be noisier than carriages that don't. I think generally, if you ask passengers, they always, even in like a blind test, they always kind of prefer a sort of a coach hauled by a loco to a multiple unit. Let me see if I can get us down to 130 with the dynamic brakes. I don't think I will. It'll work. Maybe, well, it will, but the problem is the A access is going to like jump in really quickly. Hello. Yeah, so that's like your typical local haul service. Although this is 2 locos. It's like loco back, loco at the front. Oop, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Yes, we did it. We beat the access. Haha. Let's just hope there isn't another speed reduction immediately after this one, because usually it's like 130, now 135. Right, I'm going to go down to 130. Yes, okay. Go on, get me down to right 125. Fine. I'm just going to come down now because, like I said, the difference, 5 mile an hour difference isn't going to make any difference to the actual journey time. So anyway, going on my rant. Oh look, there's another. Oh no, that's a regional express. Hey, hello. So yeah, those passengers would be more comfortable than they would be on a multiple unit. Also, like locos with carriages have, I mean, they theoretically have more flexibility. You can just add coaches as and when, but because most railways in these days, in like Western Europe in particular, and probably North America too, don't really have facilities at every station for trains to be turning around. They'll usually have a cab car, which sort of reduces the flexibility, because then you still have to sort of disconnect the loco to sort of add in more carriages, and then it's not as easy as just adding them on the end as it would have been, say, 20-30 years ago. We can go back to 130, can't we? So yeah, there's like advantages and disadvantages. I think Germany's still one of the countries in Europe that still really still has a big fleet of coaches and locos pulling them. Like, I mean, you can see in this game, like all the Dostos in this game are loco hauled. The newer ones that they're ordering aren't. They're multiple units, but certainly, say, compared to the UK has very few loco hauled trains, and Spain too. I mean, Spain has some of its high speed trains are like this, a loco at either end. But I don't think I'm not sure it even really has, other than maybe a few Talgo services, Talgo intercity services that are still going. I don't think it has like a conventional sort of carriage being hauled by a train. It just has Talgos. Okay. We are. Yes. I don't think we're going to face any delay. Oh, really? What are we being brought down for? Oh, Canton Junction. Are we? Oh, is there a train coming? Or is there a train coming against us? Oh no, I can keep it at suppression. I think there might be a train coming against us. Okay. Well, the points are set against us for some reason, but I don't see. Oh, is it this train? Oh, that's miles away. There's no way that train is getting priority over us. It probably is. No, this service, when I checked it, was only about 2 minutes longer than a normal service. So, although I think most services on the northbound run do get a little delay from a train in front at some point, but we shouldn't. Well, let's see. Was there a train at the station? I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, oh, actually, it's closer than I thought. But still, we're also closer. Okay. $30. Oh yeah, he's going quite fast. Oh, and there's a train coming actually. Ah, gosh, we might probably get stuck. But I think yes. Oh. Okay, so I wonder if it. Well, actually, no. I think that train would be. No, no, it still could switch over. It needs to slow down though, I think. It'll look like it's slowing down for that switch. So, oh no, it does. Oh no, is it slowing down for the station? Oh, I can't tell. We'll just have to watch. So we're going to turn onto our track and then off onto the Stoughton branch. Oh. Is it? It is going on the Stoughton branch. I'm going to chink this down to 10. Let's see. That train has cleared now. Oh, it has. Right, yeah. Oh, wait. No. Onwards. Yay, we did well. We got help for that one, but we're not getting held for the one that's coming up the line, the Stoughton branch. Haha. That's good dispatching. Ooh, I think that's that'll be the picture. Yeah. Suitably. Yeah, that looks lovely. Lovely job, well, we've got no way of getting up to 125 miles an hour. Oh, well, we might, but we'll have to come straight back down. So I think I'm just going to take us up to 110. That's achievable, and it might be easy to get back down with the dynamic brakes for Route 128, which is right there. Well, see, isn't that eventful, eh? Such a good looking train, such a well modelled train. I mean, like, look, even down to that like slight angle there. Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, we need the horn again. Oh, what a weird low horn. All right, Belle. Well, we made it up to 110. But we need to start coming down again. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that tilt. Look at it. Look at the tilt. Look at that tilt. Oh. Gorgeous scene. No, I'm going to have to suppress. There we go. Right. I'm going to turn off that now and I'll just use the train brake to get us in. Ooh, with the sun shining on that. Oh, that's close enough, I think. Right. At a minimum. You can set the cruise control to 120 and then just throttle up to it. There we go. Oh, let's have a look. Who's getting on? Not many people. Oh well, the platform's quite long. Oh, yeah, there's a fair few people coming from somewhere. They all just were waiting down that end of the platform for something. I wonder if you could fit another Acela here. No, you couldn't. But I think this platform does technically... I don't know if this is part of the platform, but I mean, I suppose I mean, they have low platforms, some of the stations, so I mean, theoretically, it could be. But I don't think this train has low platform doors. It's high platform only, yeah, no stairs. Oh, look at that. Nice and dirty. Love it. Still got like a minute. All these people. What a nice place, Route 128. You walk down a dirt track to get there. I don't think it's like that in real life. Well, you never know. I mean, there's plenty of weird and wonderful railway stations that don't connect that well to their surroundings all over the world. Right, give you a few more seconds, people. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Just get in the first class car if you're heading down the train to your carriage, because the door's going to close. Doors going to close. Doors close 30 seconds before departure. They should really close a minute before departure on this kind of train, but it'd be nice. Oh, you're not interested in going? Oh, okay, you must be waiting for another train to go to Boston then. Well, you were warned. Goodbye. Ooh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to leave a few seconds early. There we go. Oh, look how fast it gets moving. Okay, I can put it on max effort, can't I? Makes no difference for accelerating. Still no word on when the patch will be, the first patch. Be interesting to see, because they just released the if you're a PlayStation user, I was originally a PlayStation user and I still got it on PlayStation, and I'm going to get back into it now because I like playing on the big screen. But if you've been on PlayStation 5 for maybe, oh god, since this route came out, really, Boston Providence, when they upgraded it all to PlayStation 5, it meant that giving much higher, bigger file sizes, and then it turned out there's a limit on PS5 as to how many gigabytes of DLC can be installed that's not part of the main game, and so they ran into that problem like immediately when all the TSW2 stuff was upgraded for PS5. Very quickly ran into the route, and it got worse and worse because all routes from that point on that were released tended to be much bigger file sizes as well, so it edged things out, and like in the end I think you could only really have about 8 to 10 pieces of DLC installed at one time, and obviously if you're playing a German route, that's kind of your quota filled up most of the time because it all layers in. So yeah, for like a year and a half, that's been an issue. So one of the reasons why I kind of just drifted away from playing on PS5, because even though I didn't buy a PC for Train Sim World, I bought it for like some other games. I just found that it just made sense to play it on PC. There were more sales on Steam, and I could play everything I wanted all at once. So why not? Whereas I'm going to bring it down to 115 now. Whereas now PS5 has, the limit has gone. Last 3 days ago, they released the fix. Basically means the game can read all the DLC that's installed but not attached to the game, and then pick the ones that are necessary, without running into Sony's 64 gigabyte limit. So yeah, I actually was looking at some of my scenarios the other day that I have on the PS5, and I was quite surprised they all work. They look really good. So yeah, I might start getting back into that. But I haven't bought the last 3 or 4 routes on PS5. The last one I bought for PS5 was Island Line, which I think was just before TSW3 came out, and then I bought TSW3 obviously. Oh well, then yeah, I mean I bought TSW3, so I got all of those routes. Well, though, no, I only got the German route and the upgraded SCHS. I didn't get Cajon Pass on PlayStation, so I just didn't think I'd play it. I don't really play it on PC. But then I never bought any of the new DLC on PlayStation. So maybe when there's a sale, I might get some of it. I'm not hugely... I think it's always that thing. Like, some people really, really want their home route. And for me, Birmingham Cross City, like, I haven't done a video on it, but I did get it. That was kind of the route that maybe I would know most, because it was the route that I grew up near, and like goes through Birmingham and those trains, but just didn't do anything for me. I think it was like the familiarity of it, and also it's really bloody long. It takes like over an hour end to end. And it's not really worth doing one half of it, because it's not like a stunning, amazing, geographically amazing route. Like, it's kind of nice, but it works because it's like a commuter route from one side of a city to another. So yeah, I couldn't make a video about it. I don't think I even tried. I was like, I just wouldn't be able to talk for that long about this route. Edinburgh Glasgow, when it's patched, that might be one I get on PlayStation. I would like to get New York Trenton as well, and the Acela, but I'm not going to pay twice in a short period of time. I'll wait for those. I can wait. Bremen Oldenburg, another one that I would struggle to make a video about. I think I did record one, but I was just like, I was just like, you know, I was trying to fill the space of trying to talk, because like it has a new train and the new carriages, but it just didn't inspire me. Didn't inspire me to talk, not like this route does, and this train. But Edinburgh Glasgow is one that I did want to make a video on, but I'd just rather wait for the patches, which probably are going to be a month or two, I would think, because Rivet aren't set up in the same way as DTG. They don't just pound through an update. Oh, look, it's the skyscrapers of Boston. Oh, I've never seen that street before. Isn't that cute? Oh, there's parked cars. Oh, it's Lord Blair. Oh, oh, where am I? Oh, is this that's the that's the metro. Obviously, it isn't modelled very well because that looks like a metro station, but those tracks don't go anywhere. It's the same. There's like a little phantom tunnel as you leave Boston Back Bay. You can see the third rail on, and you're like, oh, that must be the metro, or like the sort of maybe. I guess it's a metro. But it doesn't go anywhere. It just seems to go into a tunnel that then just turns into a wall. There we go. We'll saunter into Boston Back Bay ahead of schedule. Actually, we're doing well. This one actually seems like, but we might get caught out in the very, very slow approach to Boston South. Oh God, those doors were loaded in very late, weren't they? I'll not push for time so I can try and get it accurate. 3? 3's good enough for me. Fair number of people getting off here. Makes sense. We are in Boston. We are in Boston Back Bay. I don't see a bay. See a huge motorway. And next up shall be Boston South, where this train terminates. It can go no further. Oh, let's have a look. What's the way on? We've been taken over by an MBTA train. Anything interesting in the yard? Oh no, there's no trains in the yard. Oh, that's interesting. Means like it must be rush hour. Oh, they're all in the station. That's kind of rush hour, isn't it? It's like just after 6:30. I mean, I guess busier now than most of the times of day. Such a good looking loco. I like the good thing is that actually there's still quite a lot of the NEC they could do to add this to. So I'm like, please fill the gaps in. Do Washington to Pennsylvania or something. That would be great. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. Or New York, Philadelphia. Trenton, Philadelphia. Go on. I mean, you never know. They extended Southeastern High Speed. I mean, and they still do those big, like, sort of route bundle upgrades every year. And I mean, I personally wouldn't mind if one of the 3 routes every year was a like a let's update an old route with an extension, a new rolling stock, and overhaul it and make it really cool, like they did with the Southeastern High Speed. I don't know what routes they really could do that with. I mean, none of the New York routes I think are well, they could theoretically rebuild Long Island Railroad, extend Harlem. But it's too soon for New York Trenton. Might have to wait 2 years until we get an extension for that and like a new timetable, I would imagine. But like you've seen, if you see my videos, you know that I'm quite excited. New York Trenton quite excites me. In fact, I did make this video previously with a southbound Acela service on like yesterday, and I literally fell asleep halfway through it, and I have not nearly fallen asleep on New York Trenton. Did I close the doors? I did. And that is not, I mean, to be fair, I had a very long day. I'd been to the dentist, I'd gotten up really early, and I had the afternoon off work, so I could go to the dentist, and then but yeah, I literally fell asleep halfway through filming it. Like, I was like this, I was like I've done it in videos before, but not as obviously. Well, maybe you, if you've ever watched any of my other videos, maybe you'll be like, yeah, it was fairly obvious. But in this case, like, I literally fell asleep and like snorted myself awake. So yeah, I couldn't do anything about it. I was just thinking, do I have any mods installed on this route that might have made it look different? If I do, it must be an old one, like one of those routey upgrade type ones, maybe. But I don't think I do. Thinking about it, so like what you're seeing, I think, is what you get. Maybe have I installed like a Rusty Rails one? I don't think so. I don't think I've got anything updated to stop the trains either. Oh, I did install a mod the other day to replace some of these carriages with the bi-level from New York Trenton. The problem was the formation was exactly the same every time. It was like 2 bi-levels, a single level, another bi-level, and a single level, and it was kind of a bit boring. And also they still had the New Jersey Transit colours on. So yeah, I was, in the end I was like, no, I'm not gonna install that. And also it seemed to really impact performance around this area. Trains going into the yard or off to the other place. I mean, this is a very nice route, don't get me wrong. Like, when I said I fell asleep, it's I think it's that familiarity as well, sort of. When you know a route, like this route's been out for what, a year and a half. I played it a lot, and although this train brings new gameplay, the route itself, there's only so much you can say about a route that's sort of like an A to B route. So yeah, I mean, don't take from me falling asleep when I was trying to record this video yesterday. Don't take that as like it's a boring route, nothing to do. I mean, it's certainly probably maybe the best American route there is in terms of like completeness. Has a variety of stock. If you've got the Acela, it has a variety of services. It's still a bit A to B, but like I said, like you can do plenty of yard work around here. Well, empty stop moves to and from here. The rest of the route, I don't really think so. And of course, there's the Stoughton branch, so you know, it's got some interesting features. So yeah, I mean, I'd still say I would probably be one of those saying, yeah, this is probably the best American route. Now, probably would have been. No, yeah, it is definitely. Even with the floaty car shadows, can you just see that there? Cars. It's funny that it's picking up the sun is picking up the cars. I guess on here. On here. I guess there are cars. Yeah. But it's not picking up the bridge. Interesting. And what else? What else to say? What else to say? What else to say? So yeah, as you can see, you can play this with safety systems on, and it's not that bad. I mean, the thing is that with access, you just need to preempt it. So you just need to make sure you're ahead of the curve, and you won't get shouted at. I'm obviously never that. With ATC, it's just put suppression on the moment you get a restriction. And usually, like with this route, you'll get into the patterns of knowing why the ATC is on. So like I kind of knew it was going to be at Canton Junction, but I wasn't sure how long unsustained it was going to be. Sometimes you'll just be able to keep the brakes on, because you'll know that it's bringing you down to 80, but then it's going to bring you down to 45, and then it's going to be 30, and then 30, 25, and then blah blah blah. And you don't really need to think about it. But yeah, I mean, as always with most safety systems in this game, they are there to regulate you, not to tell you what to do. So like, what you should be doing generally, for access in particular, it's regulating the line speed limits. You should know, if you were a driver, you would know them, and you would be slowing down in advance of that alarm ever going off. You would be ahead of that brake curve as it comes. ATC, it is what it is. You're not going to know necessarily that there's a red signal ahead, although you can. It's just repeating what the signaling is telling you. In some cases, there are some signal points, I think, the cab signaling as well, where they're not actually located next to a signal. So yeah, you'll probably have to react. But I mean, all you have to do is put it in suppression, and you satisfy the ATC demon. Oh, this is a nice scene, isn't it? That's a nice scene, isn't it? Oh, yes. I just need to... Oh, did I get a goal for that? 46 minutes. That was... Pretty sure it didn't tell me it was going to take 46 minutes. Was I late then? No, I was on time. Huh. In fact, I was ahead of time every time. Yeah, damn right I got a gold. Right, return to free roam because I want to get this picture. This, I think, shall be the picture. Oh, that is the picture, isn't it? Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, yes, that pleases me greatly. Right, there we go. So, to summarise, this is now with all the traffic and the signalling upgrades and the scenery upgrades, probably the best American passenger route. It's got a variety of services: low speed, high speed, stoppers, non-stoppers, or limited stoppers, and electric and diesel. Cab cars and locos, so you really can't go wrong with this. It's got plenty of empty stop moves to the yard. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend this route. If you've got it in your collection, you haven't played it for a while, and I mean, even if you don't have a cellar, you should check it out again, because you've got the sky upgrades and the lighting upgrades. But with a cellar, it will just make it feel that little bit complete. And a cellar is a really good loco. You've probably got that from all of my videos so far, but it's a really good, well-modeled loco. And yeah, you'll have it in your collection in case you fancy New York Trenton, or another route that they maybe one day do for the NEC that's a bit busier than any New York Trenton. But yeah, I mean, you can see I didn't fall asleep, even if I did yesterday in the video. That was a much more boring service than this one. Right, so I shall bid you adieu. I shall say goodbye until my next video, which I think I'm going to get back in New Jersey Transit, because I like that train. Maybe I'll wait just in case they release a patch next week. I guess it'll be around Tuesday, Wednesday if they are going to do it, but maybe that's a bit too soon still. I don't know. If not, maybe this weekend I'll give a whirl to an older route, a route that's been out for a while or something. Maybe I'll do Bremen Oldenburg. I think I could possibly manage it. Could I? Oh yeah, the cab car's fun to drive. But yeah, in the meantime, take care, have a good week, have a good day, have a good evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and hasta luego.